make sure Spirit Breaker doesn't charge in and destroy them. But, you know, you've got to pick your targets on Spirit Breaker this game, and there's a lot of good targets for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more inclined to think that Spirit Breaker, Irving, he's going to set up for less of a targeted approach and more of a charge through, right? He wants to probably emphasize on some of that disruption. Not sure whether they spotted out that ward there placed by Phoenix. He was under smoke, so I doubt it, but you can never underestimate the Night Stalker nighttime vision, one of the benefits of the hero in this early stage of the game. And yeah, I think I'm agreeing with the point that you're making here. They do have some decent layers. They have Flame Break, you know, they can peel off. There's a lot coming through to this gyrocopter though. It does feel like this hero, there's a reason why we haven't been seeing it. But I'm so excited to see CTY on this. This is like a treat. I'm so happy about this. Like we had Ricky, I mean CTY, he's absolutely putting on a show here. Even if he doesn't end up making it, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, look what Imitator just did. The biggest brain play. Putting that sentry ward down. Do you know what this is for, Sneeze?
Please tell me, Wise One.
All right, Sneeze. I've seen this once or twice before, only once or twice before, and what this ward is going to do is, like the Observer is drawing, it's going to pull this creep wave into the sentry ward spot and delaying the creep wave without needing to throw a hero there. You're just using 50 gold. That's going to give... It's going to give Team Zero a little bit of level advantage early on, which could be dangerous, but I think the level 2 on the side of Team Zero isn't the scariest thing.
I mean, we talked about the scary, aggressive potential for this gyrocopter in the lane, right? I mean, all along, you pump in levels into the Rocket Barrage, these are going to be easy kills. Spirit Breaker, not necessarily the strongest laner in the early levels, and that's probably what they're going to try and facilitate there. They need Irving to be in a good lane position. If not, you can just be very easily run down by Ice on this Bat Rider.
Yeah. Wave going to get pretty much destroyed by CTY and the tower. Wave will bounce back right into Irving's loving hands.
And they're bouncing Irving back into their loving hands right now. Nothing much that this poor Spirit Breaker can do, but he's loaded up on the branches, loaded up on the stats. CTY, we'll see how much he wants to commit to the early game build, right? We've seen some gyrocopters even skip homing missile entirely. Not homing missile, but rocket barrage entirely. Just in favor of stats plus flat cannon. I think that bit of magic damage will go a pretty long way against Team Bright, who are gearing up for a mid-game skirmishing, consistent pick-off across the map kind of situation. Imitator lost the Shadow Realm early on. Oh, wow. Falling very
down
low.
Here. One more shot.
Last flag. CTY just guns him down. Not respecting the damage that can come up from the gyro, and really, more than not respecting, just not much you can do about it as well.
Yeah. I think that people are like, we're at a point in Dota where we experimented a little bit, and we realized a lot of things that we just didn't think were real life for a long time. Right, Earth Spirit mid is now at a point where it is the strongest thing. Imagine a year ago you told me we'd be seeing Earth Spirit versus Dazzle mid. I would think you're smoking the funny stuff, Sneeze.
I understand.
You know, and we've learned Flak Cannon, very strong level 1. The amount of harass you can just dish out with Flak Cannon, so much stronger than the Rocket Barrage level 1, which for a long time was what we saw from the gyrocopters.
Yeah, it's also more of a situation where Irving and Imitator, like we mentioned already, a bit of a weak lane in this early stage. Spirit Breaker really has been more empowered by these Grimshots, maybe the Moetas, who've been able to help him out in terms of keeping his opponent in place, but you know, you can't even get the charge through without being bumped back, and now Ice, he's right on top of you. My Flame Grenade, the Blood Grenade, sorry, is enough to slow him down that he can't get the flame onto the Spirit Breaker. No steak for lunch today, unfortunately, as CTY. He's completely fine with this. Top of the CS, 19-4. Just complete laning domination for the Gyrocopter Bat Rider. Again, we're seeing the Ice Bat Rider bouncer come into play here.
And just to bounce back to a stat that you brought out during the first game, both these teams, 11.5 and 11 stacks per game on average. Right, Gyrocopter, Bat Rider, Naga Siren to a lesser extent as well, loves those stacks.
Yeah, they'll have they won't be too hard-pressed to defend them as well, although Team Bright have the facilities to try and invade those areas with the Spirit Breaker as well as the Earth Spirit. You know, you get an early earn, you start rolling in. It's not so easy for Team Zero to defend that area. I have to see what they do here. Beyond. Beyond's doing okay.
we saw oh my gosh, sorry. We saw yesterday where Brewmaster didn't build Urn. And I always think, I wonder if there's ever a case where Earth Spirit doesn't. And I think that there's almost a case where he, like, always does. Ice Ice bottom, dropping so low, 60 HP.
Still gonna do his God-given duty and pull the wave, though. You can't stop the support from doing his job. We'll try and cancel the South here. Nicely done from Ice Ice. It just fogs him. Meanwhile, topside Beyond goes down. That felt like it was a long time coming, to be honest. He had to kind of submit himself to try and contest the wave. It's been a lot of pulling shenanigans from ZZQ to try and create the space for him. And not much he can do. That's always going to happen to your Night Stalker. You either lose out on EXP or you lose out on your life. That's the choice you need to make.
You know, I think it's really important early on against with the Night Stalker to give him these early levels. But if you get to 5-6 minutes and you don't have any levels in the Hunter in the Night, it feels really bad. Because all of a sudden your first big power spike is just non-existent.
Speaking of the nighttime, that's coming up in just about 10 seconds, which will ease up the laning situation, at least for a bit from Beyond. We'll see whether he gets aggressive. But the main situation for Team Zero is, in contrast to last game, 7E isn't really going to move quite as much as Phoenix, right? This Earth Spirit, a lot more incentivized to make rotations on the map, as right now ZZQ onto Undyne, and with this nighttime and the Crippling Fear, will hold back bot side though. They managed to square up onto the Bat Rider, but they lose a lot of health for it. Now CTY gunning them down. The stick charge. Oh, CTY is he's not gonna make the same mistake. No. Don't do it to him, CTY.
I was getting flashbacks, dude.
He has a Fairy Fire and the Rocket Barrage out. Infused Raindrops keeps him alive again. But very, very low on the Gyrocopter. Can probably expect a salve coming from his allies. But yeah, back to the point I was making. Phoenix is going to want to move a lot more than 7E is, right? A lot of these Dazzles, they build up the Aghanims or the Midas in the mid lane and just farm for the first 15. Different case for Phoenix.
Yeah, if you're getting the Urn of Shadows and you're not rotating, I don't know, there's something fundamentally wrong there.
I mean, fundamentally, Earth Spirit already rotates with the role. If you're not rotating, you're just not playing the hero.
Yeah.
7E now contested 6-minute rune, typical shenanigans. 3 members here for the side of right, but no one to back up 7E. It's not gonna matter. They don't have enough disables. He's actually gonna TP the bot. What? 7E?
Yikes. Yikes,
I don't know
dude.
what. That was really, really greedy from the Dazzle, and he's gonna lose out on a whole wave of creeps. Now they do manage to finish off on the top side. That was the rotation coming out from the Bat Rider through the Twin Gates on TP. I didn't catch which one. But yeah, making use of the nighttime here. But that Dazzle, man, that 7E, you might be feeling yourself a little bit too much here.
Yeah, I mean, this is an elimination game. You can't be making mistakes like that.
Well, a bit too late here, as unfortunately that's going to give quite a bit of an advantage to Phoenix. Top side, they're chopping down the Weaver as well, and nowhere for him to run. The net gives you vision of that Weaver. Beyond able to at least get that kill on Undyne. Some Urn charges in his pocket.
Yeah. I was curious who was going to get the Urn on the side of Team Zero. Right, Weaver can, Night Stalker can as well. It will be the Night Stalker. Ice Ice Phoenix tried to steal the Wisdom Rune. Unfortunately for him, Ice Ice was there and ready.
Yeah, you got to be so on point with these Wisdom Runes. I think a lot of, not just support players, but mid players, they're looking for that angle to try and catch you off guard there, because they know you'll be there. So the gank setup should be quite easy. Speaking of gank setup, back onto 7E again, forcing the TP back to base this time. He's learned his lesson. But top side, that means there's no one to help him, and you're going to get some fried fish. Finish off this tower, and Beyond might have been suffering a bit in the early stage of the game, but with this tower kill and with the opened up map, he's going to feel a lot more free.
Yeah, Night Stalker officially in that stalking phase, like you said, Sneeze. This is when you're very happy to start making rotations too. You get the tier 1 tower top. This is going to open up the map. You get your level 6. You start rotating. Got the Urn of Shadows. Like we just said, if you have an Urn and you're not rotating, I feel like there's something fundamentally wrong there.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that Night Stalker, the reason why he's called Night Stalker is very clear, right? If you saw this man peering at you from behind a door or something, wouldn't you also call the police? I know I would. He definitely is in stalking criteria here. Nice flame break to break up that charge, but it's not going to stop the Nether Strike from coming through. Irving going to claim that kill. That was a pretty easy setup for them here. Once again, CCQ. Someone on Team Zero is always on harass Undyne between the tier 1, tier 2 duty.
Yeah.
But in game 1, it was Ice in this position. This time it's Weaver, and they're like, you know what, I can get out of here. It's fine. You know, he's on a static backline support. He can't do anything to me. Trying to make the most of the end of this nighttime by pressuring this tower, but they don't necessarily have the best push. I have to make it work with these creep waves in the Night Stalker, but I'm doubtful that they'll be able to finish this from 100 to 0 without some sort of response from Team Bright.
Yeah,
Sure
this
enough,
is
here they
exactly
come.
what we like to see from the supports from Team Zero. Nice and aggressive, right? With their positioning, with their play style.
Roll a bit off the mark there for Phoenix. Didn't want to commit the boulder for it for some reason. And now he's going to get punished a little bit. Silenced up, poison touched as well, and there's nothing these supports can do. Here comes Ice. He heard there was a party for bullying Undyne in the mid lane, and he's like, where's my invite? Shows up, and beyond, a double kill for this Night Stalker. Any sort of weaker early game that he's had, completely squashed now, as he is on a roll right now.
Yeah, last time we saw this Team Zero Night Stalker, it was paired up with the Ricky, and Beyond was able to make so much space for CTY. Look at these stacks, Ice has scouted them out.
Yeah.
Firefly in 10 seconds.
No, you immediately see the response. Bright know if they leave that area alone for too long,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time before the Bat Rider comes in and cleans them up. So they commit 3 heroes here. It's a bit costly in terms of the time investment and not really the heroes you want to use these stacks on. But you just gotta take it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't let Ice get like a 15 or closer minute Blink Dagger. It's too much at this point.
Still a bit a ways off that, but if there's anything I've learned, it's to not doubt this man's farming ability. No napalm build, which is very, very interesting. Not a single level.
ZZQ mid.
Time lapse available, but no time to get it off, unfortunately. Silenced and killed. Last word is gonna proc, but Imitator's the one to get that kill with the Bedlam. Just finally punished for sticking around that area. I feel like he's just been infested there for a hot minute, right? Like he hasn't been weeded out, and they called pest control on him. Oh, 7E. He is really ramping up. A couple of missteps in the early stage of the game, but other than that, he now has 2 components in the Aghanims already. Get there in short order. The only member on the side of Bright that is remotely keeping up in net worth is Irving. The rest of them, I mean, CTY, he's pulling so far ahead. Trying to take advantage of daytime, but oh, they break the smoke with ZZQ in advance and Beyond, able to dodge out that long-range roll. Now Phoenix might be in trouble, getting chased down by the bugs. ZZQ still on the hunt, but can't keep this one going. Gang gone wrong here. And you gotta imagine Phoenix, he's a bit frustrated with this situation. He would like to get things going, he would like to set the tempo for this team. But he's just not hitting the mark so far.
Yeah, a lot of these rolls have literally been not hitting the mark from Phoenix, and it's just one of those things where it's gonna start adding up, right? A missed gank here, a failed roll there, and you know, Earth Spirit starts getting sadder and sadder as bottom. CTY, they might make a move. Yeah, Ice is here as well.
Homing missile coming from long range. The global silence committed in advance. They see the full squad of Team Zero converge, but with the global silence, that means there's no way to cancel that charge away. Irving is still slowed to what feels like almost a crawl with that poison touch. Jeez. They know Undyne is around the area. He's planted quite a nice clipboard for him to work around, so he spots out the side of Team Zero, and he'll be fine here. So global silence committed. They get their Spirit Breaker out of there. Pretty important, as he's basically the highest net worth hero on their team right now. ZZQ seems to know there's vision there. Might call out a courier to see it, but because of that, he's gonna miss Undyne. Undyne able to scurry his way back to safety.
Oh, Ice, you gotta get out of there.
Oh, you gotta know they see you. And at this point, he knows he's being charged. Flame break away, but no hope of survival. Bat Rider gonna get picked off. We saw this in some of the more unsuccessful games for Team Zero as well, where Ice, he tends to play on the outskirts of the map, but that leaves him very susceptible to teams with very easy pick-off tools like the Charge, like the Spirit Breaker. You know, the Spirit Breaker in general, along with the Earth Spirit. You can set these up with ease.
Yeah, all it takes is one support to get a little bit of vision, and these 2 heroes can initiate from such a long distance. Obviously, the global potential of Spirit Breaker, but Earth Spirit, that roll can go quite a distance.
Indeed, indeed. And A key hero that we haven't talked about just yet that I want to turn our attention to is this Gyrocopter, right? The standard build-up for Gyro has always been this, exactly what we're seeing. He goes for the Yasha to amplify his farm a little bit, but at this point, he's one component away from the Axe, and that is a ridiculous timing if you consider the other items that he has. He's going to be able to make use of these stacks, farm up in a big way, and Team Bright, as much as they've been getting pickoffs around the map, they haven't been able to stop CTY from farming just yet.
Yeah, CTY so far 2-0, and farm up a nice little ancient stack for himself as well. Nothing too large. But, you know, nice little ancient stack. You'll thank his supports at least a little bit.
He'll thank his supports by pinging at the 50-second mark of every minute and be like, guys, come on, what is this?
This needs to be bigger. This needs to be bigger, guys.
Yeah, what is this amateur hour? Get it up. What are you doing? And right now, Team Bright seems like they're feeling a bit of pressure here. I mean, you can't be comfortable knowing that the Dazzle and Gyro are just farming away like this. Your Naga's going to take a lot more time to come online. And they have yet to be able to connect successfully on these moves. They're trying to make it happen on the Beyond, Terrorize out, and the roll. Global Silence. Everything it feels like. Combitter on the Beyond. He's still surviving, but no. No chance there. 70 can't come in time for any sort of defensive maneuver. Had one level in the grave, but we all know, all the Dazzle players know how short of a range that is.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, very, very sad, but very happy in another sense. 70 has finished his Aghanim Scepter 15 minutes in.
Yeah. Dazzle, he's gonna be a big problem for them. And would you look at that? We were sinking Blinks in game 1. Now they're sinking Eggs. I'm not talking about the shards or the synth. They just both have it at the 15-minute mark on both cores. Sure, you lose Beyond, but he's gonna respawn straight into the fresh nighttime. And you might have to dial 999 because stalking has begun.
Ice Eyes almost has that Blink Dagger as well.
Oh, look at Beyond.
This is going to be ramp-up time for Team Zero very, very soon. Medallion finished on Weaver. Like you said, nighttime's just hit 4:20 until day. Start making these aggressive plays around the map. Especially with that Spirit Vessel from Finish from Beyond.
Yeah, I love the way Beyond is playing. This is exactly what you need to do on the Night Stalker. As soon as it's nighttime, it's go time. No time for farming. If you're farming, you better be taking away CS from them. That's exactly what he's doing. Queuing up the shard, which I already mentioned to you in an earlier series, I like a lot because essentially it's a refresh in the middle of the fight. You're taking a lot of magic damage. You don't want to make the full commit for the BKB just yet. That's maybe for a bit later on. And in this intermediary, you can just get a nice, basically, mini cheese.
You know what else is a refresh in the middle of the fight?
Mm-hmm.
A refresher orb that Undying is building.
Damn. I mean, straight up, he's gonna try and catch them off guard with that double global silence, but that is gonna be a long time away. Perhaps even a pipe dream, some might say. Undying isn't really the most rich. He's making his way there slowly but surely. You know, you got the brown boots, infused raindrop, one combo, fluffy hat for good measure, some extra HP to survive. The classic pos 5 inventory there.
CTY gonna go right into that BKB after Aghanim Scepter is complete, and you gotta think this is gonna be fight time for Bright with all 5 of their heroes.
CTY seems to know the aggression is coming. They have the global silence available, gotta pop it out right now. If they can get this gyro, it would be huge for them, and no one is in range to save him. I say that too soon. 70 comes through with the grave, and the gyro, he's held in place by the song. Has shown up to the fight as well. An early appearance from the Naga might just pay off, but they can't finish off CTY. He stands his ground against the illusion. Surely the Magnetize sticks him out. Surely. No, he manages to live and fly out of trouble. Meanwhile, it's now in a load of it. The Terrorize gonna scare them back for now, but you can bet your bottom dollar the Night Stalker's gonna keep this one going. Ice Ice looking forward. They want this Naga Siren. They're hungry. And ZZQ and gang still looking. There's no more defensive maneuvers available. There's no more tools to be used. And they'll chase down on the Imitator as well. Make it up. What? Was that a team wipe?
It was.
Everybody on the side of Bright just falling, crumbling to the surging aggression of Team Zero. What started out as almost a miracle on this gyro, the pickup they've been looking for this entire time, turns into a complete crash.
Hello. That's me.
Yep. That's you. That's your cue.
It turns into me, dude.
3K gold swing, come on.
He's feeling himself after that last fight. Has foregone the BKB, instead goes for the Sanjin Yasha.
They're not even done. You can't stop this aggression. It is still nighttime, my friends. Undying. No global silence. That's not your time to fight. Who's gonna try and TP? They want to punish the supports, but the heal bomb so much damage coming out from this 7E Dazzle, and he'll just rip the rolling Earth Spirit apart. Beyond gets netted on the sidelines, but he is such a tanky boy, and now CTY is here as well. Homing missile coming out. They want to get the touch of the Irving. But not sure whether they have the vision. No dust on this Night Stalker means that Irving will be able to escape. But this lineup, Team Zero, they've hit their power spike. So much damage coming out from the Dazzle. Gone are the days where he's not being involved. He is straight up in there. Take a look at that fight recap. Oh, they were this close to losing again. That was scary.
Yeah, could not have afforded to die there again. Right, not too far behind the gyrocopter, but you die again there, you're in a rough spot.
I mean, right now, definitely in the driver's seat, or at least for CTY's case, in the pilot's cockpit, he is steering them to a very, very quick show of dominance here. Now, coming up, though, is Bright's opportunity. Yeah. And it feels like it's a window that's very small, but it's still there. You can still see through it, right? It's a very obvious tempo of the game set by this Night Stalker. Every time it's daytime, sure, every player knows this, but you need to keep going no matter what. Dark Ascension, you don't care. It's still going to be daytime after that. You need to make moves at this point. You can't allow Team Zero's gyrocopter to just disappear for another 10 minutes and come back up with full slots. You can't allow 7E to pop back up with more shots, more resources. They'll try and roll onto him right now, but he spots him. And he's just out. So once again, the connection, they aren't going to be able to find it. They are hanging around in the top side, but...
Oh, the couriers. It might be a massacre, Sneeze.
No!
They gotta get out of there. They gotta leave.
Imitator, he's gonna get poison touched up and immediately has the TP out of there. 7E tries to come back in for a cheeky kill, but too quick on the Dark Willow. He'll finish off this Tormentor anyway, bring the couriers back. One sacrifice had to be made, but it's more than worth it.
Oh, that's a great shard to get.
Really, the only bad shard is probably the Bat Rider, right?
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
sticky
I think
napalm.
so, yeah.
You know, it's not really ideal. He has leveled it up to level 4 now, so it's gonna do a considerable amount of damage with those auto attacks. Who knows? Bat Rider carry build.
Okay, CTY, I hope this doesn't bite you in the buttocks here. He's gonna go for a Satanic instead of the BKB.
No, he's feeling himself. He knows he can't be killed. They're gonna go forward onto force the song out immediately. Doesn't seem like there's a response anywhere on the horizon for Bright, which means he's just gonna be happy TPing out. But, you know, for a player that we've been talking up so much, who landed such killer team fight chronos in the previous game, this Naga doesn't really fit quite the same tempo, right? He's been very quiet on it so far. In fact, the only noise I've heard from him is his songs, or when he's been tweeting. Uh-oh, Dark Ascension now. That on the ZZQ, but the time-lapse right in time. They actually commit the global silence, but a bit slow on that. For Undyne, able to TP out, Imitator, soon to follow. How 7E tries again, but can't touch him.
Look at these pings coming up top between Ice and CTY. They might be able to get here.
There's no song. We're gonna find a different target though. It's gonna be Phoenix. They'll just straight up lasso onto him. He doesn't have the BKB just yet. This is a lot of damage coming through. The homing missile will find him on the high ground, but CTY has to do a bit of an extended chase. It will be enough. Ice is all over this Earth Spirit. And all you can do on Team Bright Naga Siren is the split push to your heart's content. For what it's worth, this team can do it, right? The Spirit Breaker and the Naga are very good at splitting lanes. But when you have such good kickoff potential between the Bat Rider and the Dazzle, this is scary, scary business.
You've still got a little window of about 100 seconds where has no song, there's no global silence either. You could certainly find this Naga Siren if you want to make the aggressive play. You have a little bit of time where Dark Ascension's still on cooldown.
Yeah. Look at Beyond. Look at that speed that he's walking. It's a bit rough. I'll try and bump him back. No mana for
Flame Break.
Yeah, he's okay.
Ice is calling out a clarity right now. He's malding. He's very upset about that.
He's like, that's so dumb. Come on. Why does it have to cost so much mana?
He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
That's ridiculous. I need, yeah. I've seen what happens when Spirit Breakers get Yules. They die. You know, cows aren't meant to fly. That's the problem.
That's, you know, that old saying, when cows fly, you know. That's
no, you know that old saying, the hooves belong on the ground and the Night Stalker.
Yeah, that's certainly what they say.
That is what they say. Yeah, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
so
no, I wouldn't. No.
You're not from Southeast Asia. You don't know the mid lane. Lasso on the Phoenix again. Nowhere for the Earth Spirit to run. The setup continues to be found from Team Zero. It's really just been that story. Bright, this tempo lineup that was supposed to be set by the Earth Spirit, she just got crushed in lane by 7E and never found a rotation out of it.
Satanic now complete for CTY. Things are starting to look very scary for Team Bright.
I don't know. Once again, the Night Stalker himself is already terrifying for so many of these heroes, right? The silence can go such a long way. Night Stalker, when he's ahead, he's just gonna be solo killing your cause. Like, that's how this hero works.
I really like the build coming out from the Night Stalker as well. Beyond, a lot of the times we see Night Stalkers go for items like Echo Saber. But instead, just understands the strength of the hero and the lineup to be aggressive, to get these earn charges, start ramping up with the Blink Dagger, and continuing to be aggressive. Your goal is not to be the carry yourself, but instead to make space for your own.
Yeah, love that. Love that just kind of acknowledgement. Sometimes we see these creative, not really creative, but just more self-sacrificial ideas coming out from offlaners who might be playing a bit more selfish heroes like the Legion, like the Night Stalker. But that just shows good understanding of the game state right now. And, you look at your Gyro, there's nothing to fear. This man has a Satanic, Sanjin Yasha. He's not going to go down easy at all. And we're not even counting the Dazzle supporting him just yet with all the heals. One unintended little thing is that the Sanjin Yasha is going to amplify his heal, right, by 22%. Dazzle's going to say thank you very much. Now Dazzle in some trouble. Global Silence full commit. They found 70 for the first time and they need to finish him off. They need to get this kill. They will do so. Undyne will grab it. And the song will immediately. Ice Ice. Here he comes. No lasso. No. Finds the Naga Siren. And you might have gotten your team out of here. But you will pay for taking out Dazzle down. Almost finishes off Ice Ice, but he would have been happy to give his life for the cause. That's the BKB on the Bat Rider coming into play. And oh no, I mean, you get 7E. He'll be right back with them in a second. It was a good start,
disaster
but
strikes.
I don't think they expected the BKB from the Bat Rider just swoop in and kill them there.
Refresher check. Update on the refresher from Undying. 900 gold away.
I don't know how to tell you this. This is nighttime. I don't know when else Bright are gonna find an opportunity. It feels like that window we were hoping for between the 20 to 25 minute mark has just closed on them. And suddenly someone's installed curtains on it. Someone's put blinds up. It's blackout curtains. Would you know it? Beyond, with the interior design service, has just shut down any chance of light that they have at the end of the tunnel. They can't really find an opening, and the shining hope for this team, the fresh set of eyes, it just feels like he can't find an avenue. They're relying on him to deliver the rest of the squad to glory, but it's so
find
tough.
The footing. Yeah,
he really can't. We're gonna ignore the fact that Naga Siren doesn't have feet right now. Irving coming through on the Ice again. Pops the BKB this time, sick of being picked off, but can he slide his way out of here? The rest of the squad here to claim him, and the lasso will just be a little parting gift before he goes down there. That's straight
up
into
top.
Roche. This is so
it's
easy
the
for them.
Roshan, yep. Actually, they're only committing 2 heroes, and these 2 heroes, they can't solo it themselves. They really need CTY.
This is a situation where Beyond and ZZQ are like, yo, let's get Aegis. He's like, why do I need Aegis? I'm not dying. I'm 4-0 and 4.
Farming. Like, yeah.
Guys, come on. I'm hitting some mud golems right now. What you trying to bother me? What's wrong? 7E is working his way towards the Lincolns. Has that in just about 300 gold. And that's going to really hamper their ability to catch him off guard. So far, they've been able to do so with the charge keeping vision on him. But without that, I really feel like the options for Bright are just minimizing. I don't see them anymore. That's my problem. I mean, unless 7E does one of his old plays and walks up to the high ground on the Dazzle all alone. Undyne gonna get killed off here. Lasso, they found Phoenix as well. Now the Earth Spirit still doesn't have his BKB. Gonna get body blocked up by ZZQ. Where you going, buddy? Straight back down the flame in hell. Ice Ice has been so on point with this. Cancelling rolls, cancelling charges, messing up the supports. you see why they're so confident just picking it up, even in a meta where it doesn't work.
Ice Ice, usually the specialty heroes are like the hoodwink. But, I guess throw Bat Rider into that mix as well for Ice Ice. Dan does come out, connecting on this Roshan. Irving. No lasso, should be fine. Just gonna have to run away from Ice Ice.
So the one caveat to this is Irving, who we were talking about doing pretty well in the early game, has worked his way towards the Octarine, the Shadow Blade, and has the BKB queued up. Should get it in around 100 gold and have that flying out to him. And knock down to the low ground, he should be fine here. In fact, he's looking.
Okay.
He's mad.
He's
like,
well,
how dare you? He'll start chasing him down, Irving. No one else in the perimeter to help him out though. Beyond, he'll just settle for some Lotuses instead. But yeah, the Spirit Breaker, we've seen what it can do in these fights. If you can charge straight through, break up the entire engagement, and on top of that, 2 global silencers now. It was a long haul, but Undyne, he's finally got the refresher flying out to him. If he's able to just
locked the cornucopia. What's going on? Why would you?
Maybe he doesn't want to commit just yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason why you would buy 2 cornucopias and then the refresher recipe and then not commit for it.
I guess it's just the. Yeah, I actually have no clue.
No, I would love to hear any sort of reason.
Maybe he doesn't want to show it just yet.
Maybe
he wants it to be a scary buyback. Oh, I combine recipe situation, because
yeah,
if you just look at the stats on the cornucopia, it's 5 health regen, 2 mana, and 7 damage. It's just a net upgrade to refresher.
Well, he's finished it, so it's all for moot.
Yeah, maybe he just forgot. Like, he just forgot. They are humans too, okay, man. Like, I don't know. Cut them some slack.
With that Aegis, feeling
Mjolnir
confident
as well.
to walk up high ground.
He's not bothered about a thing. Ice. Straight out of the Dark Willow. Actually gets pushed back by the Psychic Headband, but popping the BKB, ready to come through onto them. The global silence on top of his head. Bear in mind, this silencer has another, could catch them off guard. CTY, he's on the front lines right now. The age is there to refresh. The global silence could come through at any time. Irving on the back line. He's getting out onto Ice, killing the Bat Rider and getting the first life off the Gyrocopter. Fight starting pretty decently for them, all things considered. The song from M breaks any further aggression up. They'll have to keep this push going without their Bat and the Aegis. It seems like they're more than comfortable to do so. Dark Ascension committed. They are still going here. 7E untouched on the back line. The Lincoln Sphere, I can't imagine a world where he really gets pressured. They'll try and charge him down here. There's a sentry laid down and the gem on Beyond. They spot out the Spirit Breaker. They don't choose to commit onto him for now. Just want to get the rags. Now onto CTY, popping the BKB Magnetized charge through as well. That's exactly what they're looking for. The second global science, but it doesn't matter. The Satanic, he's healing and he's not under any threat at all. 7E, he's back up. So is Imitator though, the Dark Willow, that could be the missing bit of control that they need. Straight onto the back line again. They're trying to focus down the Dazzle, but do they have enough damage? He graves himself and CTY on the front line, just melting them down. He's falling a little low. Do you have another grave? Do you have another save? The Gyrocopter, there it is again. Heal bomb after heal bomb. Grave after grave. You are gone. They're lining them up just like tombstones on the side of Team Bright, and there's nowhere for you to go. 4 members down on Team Bright, and this is gonna be looking like a game 3 situation, because without buybacks on any of these heroes, I don't see how you defend on Undyne alone.
I mean, you have the Mega, like you can hold Megas, I guess, with Earth Spirit, Spirit Breaker, Naga Siren, but maybe it's just one of those, like, you just gotta reset mentally and physically. This game is looking over, but, when it's an elimination game like this, you are really going to want to fight till the end. No creeps in the base, means backdoor protection's back up. Naga Siren up in 14 seconds. Team Zero have to be very careful here.
The waves are coming in and it is daytime. You know what that means. Back up. You guys gotta walk out of here. Respect the phases. You know what I'm saying? It is walking phase. They're out of here right now. Arosha, they might just wait for the second one, because all things considered, Team Bright have shown that they're able to pick off the Gyrocopter once. If it isn't for these clutch graves coming up from 7E, Gyro will be dead a couple of times over already. But the trust that they have in each other, that's what's been spurring them through so far. Now, they still want to keep going. They know it's daytime. Naga shows herself. ZZQ as well. And Ice, the lasso, and Dark Ascension is available. They're onto the Naga Siren. Someone save the fish lady. as a song available, but still being controlled by the whole global silence. Can she finally get it off? Doesn't matter. BKB just finishes it off, forced to buy back now. Phoenix though, he's on his last legs. It feels like they're swarming all over them like flies. CTY still untouched on this gyrocopter coming through, doing the damage. The flat cannon guns down the poor Earth Spirit. Irving does manage to finish off Beyond on the sidelines though, so the Night Stalker goes down. 70 is pretty low. He commits the grave onto Bat Rider, keeping him alive for now, but he has to stay clear of the fight. He's under some threat. They lose the gem and the Bat Rider. They're buying back now, full force onto Team Bright. They're ready to try and take down the Gyro, but he still has the Satanic and the Dazzle hanging around. Got buyback on Ice as well, and CTY standing his ground and delivering when they need him most. He can't touch the gyrocopter, you gotta go for his friends. They're looking for the Dazzle, still hanging around the area, but he's evacuated. He knows he'll be the primary target. And they just can't kill the Gyro. He has a butterfly now, how are you hitting him? Just coming through, homing missile, and 5 heroes on Bright have the retreat. In comes the Lasso, 70's in again, and CTY takes down Imitator. No buyback for the Dark Willow. In 25 seconds, this Night Stalker will join them. Irving, he's gonna try and come through, but they reclaim the gem and they spot this Spirit Breaker out. The Rocket Barrage, the homing missile, it's all too much. He has the buyback, he's gonna come straight in. They don't want to let this game 2 go. They don't want to have to be forced to play a third. But against CTY, this gyrocopter last pick, they weren't able to contest it, and they still aren't able to do anything. They can't ground him. He's soaring high, and he's bringing them down with him. Yeah, GG is just called. What can you even do?
Yeah. Rampage for CTY, maybe? Yeah, there it is, baby!
On. Prime CTY is back to play, baby, on the gyrocopter. Brings his team to a game number 3. And this lower bracket finals ain't over just yet, Crash. We have a hot one.